Okay, perfect.
All right, Nina Kyle, Realty Austin, wanted to touch on a very specific topic and didn't want to tell me what it was until she got me in our little studio here because she wanted to get my actual live reaction. So come with it. What's up?
Okay, so something happened to me today. It's been happening to me like every couple months, and I just want to, this time I want to talk about it. And I just wanted to get it out there and see what reactions I get from other agents about this topic. So I'm sitting in a meeting, and I get this text, blah, 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 the address, still available. So I'm thinking, oh, it's a potential buyer who is interested in my listing, correct? Long story short, out of this Tiffany becomes a guy who sends me this long text about something very inappropriate with the picture attached with it, which is very inappropriate as well. How do I react to that? Is there anything I could do that there are consequences for those kind of people? Or do we just forget about it and move on with our lives till somebody else does the same thing?
So
Do you wanna read about it? It's
no, I'm
insane.
good. I'm good. So not really real estate related, but you heard this from other agents that this is happening to as well, or is this just a you thing?
I have not, but nobody talks about it. So maybe some agents just feel ashamed or whatever feelings I mean, I was shocked. I always act shocked first, and I block the person and I delete the message so I can forget about it, right? But now I'm sitting here with my people and I'm like, guys, look what I got again. Like, because I was telling them the stories, and I'm like, in case you don't believe, this is what I'm getting. And I'm like, I feel like they just get away with that. Like, first of all, I want to ask everyone, like, what's their angle? And then, is there anything I can do so there are consequences for people doing something like that?
Well, I don't think there's anything that you can do. You have your number everywhere publicly
Exactly.
as a real estate agent. I mean, obviously you can block them.
But it doesn't help, doesn't stop them.
So this is coming from like more than one number. This has happened to you?
Yeah,
And
different people. I mean, I block every number so it cannot come again through the same number.
pun intended or no?
Should I? I mean, I want to warn my other realtors, my female realtors, and like, here's the number. If you ever get approached, it sounds like it's a potential buyer who is interested in your listing. But then he started, like, he sends this text, which looks like to a different person, and then he sends the picture, and then he asks like, "Oh my gosh, I sent it to the wrong person. I'm so sorry. Please tell me that you didn't get it." I'm like, dude, in the beginning you said you're Tiffany, and now you're sending a picture of a guy. Like, that's like already.
Just for clarification, we're talking like D pics, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Which I don't want to see. I didn't ask them to send them to me, and he didn't ask me if I want to see anything. Like, what's the point?
And so to your questions were, why are they doing this? And then what can I do to stop it? So I don't think there's anything that you can do to stop it other than blocking the number.
Exactly.
But as far as like why they're doing it, I think about things like this. And I've told stories in the past when men do things that seem completely, outlandish. In other words, like who responds to something like that, right? I always think about the fact that it has to have worked at one point in time. Like, I'm sure there's women out there that do enjoy a good D pic. I don't know. But I would think that if it has ended in rejection 10 out of 10 times, then it would be something that they would not continue to do. So, yeah, I don't know.
I think it's just disgusting. I don't know what else to say about that.
Here's the public service announcement to all of you female real estate agents out there. Like I said, to keep this entire podcast somewhat real estate related.
It is real estate.
Be careful. Be mindful of the possibility that the text messages that you are receiving are not a Tiffany and are potentially a guy looking to send some D pics.
Yeah.
So keep your head on a swivel, ladies.
Yeah.
And if that does happen, I just would encourage you to block that number and Yeah.
So there's nothing I can do to make them, I don't know, to pay for that? Not to pay, but like having some kind of consequences.
Consequences. Well, let me ask you this.
Is that a
Here-
service I can use?
Well, here's what I would suggest. Here's my question to you then. What do you think is a proper punishment for somebody who sends an unsolicited D pic?
I don't know.
Are we talking jail time?
Fee?
Fees? Penalty? Like,
Money?
yeah, money?
Yeah,
so
penalties.
where will the
would
money
probably
go?
hurt.
Who will get the money?
I don't know. Not me. I
Not
don't
you. You don't
care.
want the money.
No.
Okay. So who gets the money? A charity of your choice? What are we talking about here? Like, I mean, honestly, when you walk through it, how ridiculous does it sound? Really, it's like, what are you gonna? Okay, fine. We find this guy, and we prosecute him, right? Like, do we put him in jail? Right? And then, like,
Not
even
for
if
this,
and then even
but
if we
this
catch
is
the
like
guy, right?
Solicited. How is it? Solicited?
Soliciting?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
but
like, don't you
even if
get
we catch the guy, wouldn't he just say it was an accident?
No, it was not an accident. How's it an accident?
Right, but didn't he say in his text message like "whoops-a-daisy, I hope you didn't see that"?
But the fact that he started saying he's a girl and then it becomes a dude, it is on purpose.
Okay, but
He
then
just so that
but
was
again, we're just
dumb.
like walking through this. Couldn't you argue that he was saying he was Tiffany because he didn't really want you to know who he was, because he didn't want to have you calling him and harassing him about purchasing a home? I mean, people make shit up all the time so that salespeople don't bother them. Maybe
He reached out to me.
I hear you, but I mean, using a fake name is not illegal, and sending an unsolicited D pic, I'm not an attorney, but I also don't think is illegal. And especially if you have the whole, again, if it was like multiple D pics, giving the disclaimer that I'm
I
not an
blocked it
attorney.
right away after he
Well,
said
I mean, then it's harassment, right?
I
Like,
didn't wanna-
hypothetically, if somebody's sending you like multiple photos and like harassing you, then maybe you have like a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
But if you've got somebody making up a fake name, asking to see a listing, and then sending an unsolicited D pic,
Nothing I can do.
well, and again,
I guess.
let's say there was something that you could do. What's this guy or girl? Who knows? What do they deserve?
I don't know. It's not
Electric chair, right?
up to me to do. I don't know. First of all, I don't want to see any D pics from anyone again like this. And I don't want like other girls getting those messages as well. So it's like, but I guess it's like, it's the day of a realtor. Like, what else can I say? I mean, you just get things you don't expect.
Well, that is true in this business, real estate, lending, all of it. You definitely experience things on a regular basis that you just don't expect. Every time I think I've heard something that, you couldn't believe, there's another story right behind it that just that beats it every time. So. All right.
Well, that was not very helpful.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I had, some more solid advice, but I don't think there's much you can do.
Yeah.
But if I come up with anything in the future, I will let you know. Real estate agents in general, men and women, you never know. Maybe we need to get some male real estate agents on here, see if they've had any unsolicited P pics.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I would love to hear
Listen, it's
everyone else's stories.
It's an equal world nowadays.
So
Nothing
if
wrong
you
with
have anything, let me know, because I hope I'm not the only one. Just saying.
All right, there it is.